Hey, what is going on, SMT Nation? It's your boy, the SMT. I hope this video finds you well. Hopefully this video helps some people out. For those of you that are T-Mobile customers just coming over from the Sprint side, there's some information that you're going to need to know. I've been updating the channel, all the community members, on what's going on with the whole T-Mobile and Sprint network integration, and it's really complicated and it's really problematic for some people. So in the efforts to continue to make sure that I provide updates in this area, I want to take this opportunity to present this new development that we're starting to see within T-Mobile stores and with T-Mobile customer care. So what's going on right now is there's a focus of emphasis on the TNX network access. What this is a T-Mobile network experience initiative that T-Mobile is doing in trying to get Sprint customers over to the T-Mobile side, completely 100% T-Mobile access. So customer care is sending text messages to those Sprint customers, letting them know, go into a store, get a new SIM card that is specifically designed to improve your coverage if you are a Sprint customer coming to the T-Mobile network. So the goal here is that Sprint customers are going to be receiving a SIM card swap to get customers on the T-Mobile network full time. Technically, the networks are still basically two standalone networks with variations of type of roaming access in a way. Internally, engineers are claiming to be recommending certain customers from the Sprint side of access to go on to the T-Mobile access. But this really apparently is not the truth, and it's not really what's happening. So what's happening, say for example, you're a Sprint customer and your Sprint coverage is good, and you go into a T-Mobile store, there may be a flag onto your account that is going to tell the customer care agent, whoever is in the store, the customer care representative, to get you switched over to a new SIM, and it's going to flag and trip the system. So if you think about a situation where you're a Sprint customer and you just go in to inquire about something, this could affect your network access very negatively. So they're saying they're looking at a Sprint customer's network access and making that decision. But I think what's actually happening here is, based on what I'm being told and based on what people are reporting, is that they're doing it based on the phone and the device. So if you basically have something like an iPhone XR or newer, or if you have like a Samsung Galaxy S9 or newer, and you have 600 megahertz access, they're trying to get you off of the Sprint side and get you onto the T-Mobile side. But the issue is that if you think about it, T-Mobile's not done with 600 megahertz, so there are definitely people who are former Sprint customers, now T-Mobile customers, that have a decent or good experience with Sprint network access, and not the case with T-Mobile network access. They could be very different. They're gonna probably kind of get screwed out of this. The real issue is that engineers are not actually doing the individualized assessment that they are claiming that is being done. I'm not blaming the engineers. I'm blaming T-Mobile here for maybe not being truthful about this, because this appears to be, hurting people in network access from what I'm hearing from those people who have already been switched over. So the worst part about it is that after November 1st, you can't go from the Sprint to the T-Mobile network access and then go back to the Sprint. So if this is the situation where you are, you tried it or they pushed you towards it, it's irreversible after November 1st. So this is kind of a time-sensitive video. Customers are going to lose access, quality access in some cases. It's possible that there's going to be a poor network experience for some people who are Sprint network access that switch over to T-Mobile network access by trying to move them over, trying to address these network issues. This is the wrong way to go about this. I think what should have actually happened from the beginning is I think T-Mobile should have started to address the network issues first and then start moving customers over. But instead they're going the other way around, and something tells me it's really about the money in this situation. So if you kind of think about how this could play out for you, if you are a Sprint customer and you go into a T-Mobile store and you give them their number, or if you give them your number and they start to access your network, they access your account, it is literally going to actually be triggering something for you to switch over. And that's going to be the problem and where it lies. So you know, I think engineers are wrongfully being, you know, kind of painted badly here. They're acting like the engineers are actually doing something. They're actually not. This is happening, again, at the device level. Has nothing to do with true network access. So I don't know what is going on here. I'm not really sure T-Mobile's being truthful about this. But, you know, T-Mobile store reps are being told to not even look into the Sprint and T-Mobile discrepancy of the network access. So, for example, you walk in and, you know, you got concerns about the network. They're telling those people in the stores, those employees, don't manually try to look and make a decision whether or not they should switch over, because what's going to happen is if you notice as a store rep that the coverage is going to get worse for a customer, you would advise them. You'd say, I wouldn't recommend doing it. This is going to negatively impact your experience. They don't want that situation happening. They want people switching right away, no questions asked. So what they're also doing here, and this is where things get crazy, they are going to give T-Mobile employees that are in the store switching these customers a small commission. They're going to give them money to switch them over. So it's going to encourage not just, you know, it's not just going to be like an encouragement of, hey, this is going to help your network. No, it's going to help the T-Mobile employees by giving them money. I know it's not a lot of money. It's probably going to be a small number. We're hearing it's something like a $5 commission. But hey, that could add up to, you know, $100 or $200 at the end of the month. And this would be enticing for a T-Mobile rep. So, you know, every customer you successfully switch over to T-Mobile Access, they're going to get a commission. So it's incentivized for them to do this. So the problem here, again, I don't think they're being forthcoming and truthful and transparent about what could potentially happen to Sprint customer network access. These are the types of customers that are probably very willing and probably going to churn and go to another company if their network access falls off and their experience really degrades. But again, this is a measure that T-Mobile has to do in the efforts to get people off the Sprint network and onto the T-Mobile network, so that way they can start to decom the network and fully integrate it, you know, and capitalize on the quote-unquote synergies. So as of right now, I know that they've already done a couple of million, you know, a few million customers switched over to the T-Mobile side from the Sprint side because it helped them to switch over, or they did some account changes, whatever. I think the goal by the end of the year is to get another couple of million Sprint customers onto the T-Mobile network. So, but this is going to be better for T-Mobile because it'll be more of a trickle effect. It won't be a mass migration of what we saw in the June outage. I think this is just a painful reminder that T-Mobile has to bite the bullet, and they have to get customers moved over from Sprint sites and Sprint network access onto T-Mobile. Part of the, you know, whole migration process, part of the whole, you know, merger integration process. It's very complicated, and again, they're having issues, and I don't think that's changing anytime soon. I've said it time and time again. Expect more outages, expect more network access issues, and more problems until all this is done. And honestly, I could see this continuing to be a problem through 2020 and through 2021 even. We'll have to see how it plays out. But again, I hope this video finds you in the right frame of mind to try to reduce the risk of you having a worse network experience. If you are a Sprint native customer and you've just gone over to T-Mobile, if T-Mobile is worse where you live and Sprint is better, do not go into a store. Do not have them access your account. It will trigger them to move you to a T-Mobile SIM, changing your network access that is irreversible after November 1st. Hopefully this helps somebody. If you appreciated this video, give this a like, share it to your socials, and, you know, hopefully you can help some people out. Thank you for taking this opportunity to watch the SMT YouTube channel. If you appreciated this video, give it a like and a share to all your favorite social media platforms. Thank you in advance for that. Also, check out some of the links in the description box. We have the SMT Patreon page. We also have the Twitter handle @SneedTech. And do check out the audio-only podcast available on all the major podcast platforms. And if you are new and have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and activate the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. We'll catch you on the next video. Peace.